Just shared a couple of places here.
Blasting it right now.
It takes a second to pop up.
I shared a picture of Shank's penis, and I can't share anything.
As you should be.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I still have sound.
How'd you get it to hold still for the camera? Imagine all of him shakes.
Damn.
I shook his hand at the gathering. Didn't mean to. It was just how we met.
Yeah. Now go in here and share. No. Oh my god, guys! I'm sucking horribly. I just want to share.
My first major impression of the movie, it had way less titties than Brokeback Mountain.
A little bit.
And Toy Story. I was disappointed with the lack of sex scenes.
Wow.
Little Mermaid, disappointed in the lack of sex scenes.
Oh my gosh, this is so.
They're all subliminal in that one.
Keep editing. Let's share this.
Dick Castles. Ain't that your dad's name, Dick Castle?
Oh wow, that's your dad's name.
My dad's name is Dick Warlock. Little Halloween jab at
Dick Warlock. That's pretty awesome.
Share.
It was one of the
Dick Warlock, County Commissioner.
Actually, it was one of the actors that portrayed Michael Myers. I think it was in part 2. But that's what I like to go by moniker. I am a Dick Warlock.
There we go. I shared it a couple of places.
Hoagie's on here.
I feel like it did good enough. All right, so what's up, everybody? If y'all are here, hit that share button, please. Help us get some viewers.
Hoagie supposed to come fucking spend the night and he won't.
Because he's scared.
He should come to the prom and let me finger him.
Oh, whoa.
I mean, finger him out in the crowd like, hey, really?
Oh, whoa. That shit escalated quick as fuck. I think I'll be all right.
What am I sharing?
Point him out.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go grab a drink real quick. Y'all can shoot the shit for a sec.
She's an alcoholic. She can't go 5 minutes without a beer.
Oh, my God. It's Mountain Dew.
I'm all jacked up.
So I brought enough Jinkum for everybody to boof.
Oh, shit.
And he saw it.
Yeah.
We're sniffing Jinkum.
Okay. Whatever. I'm about to give Becky a shout out. See my koozie? Because Becky made it for me. So I love you, Becky.
Selling dildos somewhere.
She's off selling dildos.
She's out hustling dildos. She ain't watching.
Hustling dildos and making memes. What's up, everybody? How's everybody's day been? How's everybody's week been since we've seen you last? What is up?
My week was kind of babysitting.
Babysitting.
A lot of babysitting.
Ew. Like real kids?
Nah, just mine.
Okay, fair.
That's not terrible. Other kids,
fair.
Oh man.
Fuck you. I'm not wasted. It's fucking Mountain Dew, you fuck.
He's talking about Becky.
Oh. Well, you were.
I deserve that.
Okay. So, anyways.
You guys want to hear a cool story? We went and seen Warak Friday night.
We went and seen Warak.
Fucking
That's lit.
crazy.
Live from Juggalo News. It was a wild night, guys. There was a guy. So I don't know if anybody. I'm sure some of you seen the live feed, and I don't know if you guys seen the guy that was on stage without his shirt. He didn't belong. He looked really, really drunk, and he was throwing gang signs the entire time. He didn't have a microphone in his hand. None of that stuff. Anyways, he was actually literally lifting people's drinks off of tables.
He was pulling up bubbles.
He was stealing drinks off of tables. Like
he stole my Coke.
We don't
I
even
was
drink.
Beat him up, and she wouldn't let me. And she was like, "It was 50 cents worth of Coke."
50 cents worth of Coke. So we don't even drink. So we had a Coke, like this much left of the watered down Coke. I'll be damned if he didn't steal my drink right in front of me. And I was like,
got fucking bubbles.
I had never seen that before. Like I had never.
He stole my watch and my heart.
And so, but then I see him stealing other fucking drinks. Anyways, long story short, he ended up stealing the homie's phone from the fucking bar. So it was crazy. He got booted. He got trespassed. He got in trouble. We got the phone back. So it was a wild, crazy night. And we got to see Warak. So that was fucking interesting.
Where does the one dude pop out of? Did he pop out of anything, or was he
No.
just there?
No, I was
Damn it.
disappointed,
They were so-
and there was no cell phone.
They were
They were
all
lit.
so fucking lit.
They were lit.
that-
It's their
We
first
got-
tour.
It's their
I
first
mean,
tour. They're little
they're-
kids.
they're young. They're wild.
And to come to find out, they're fucking
They're little
Jeff.
Jeff ass fan
They're
kids.
Jeff Ash.
What?
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah. Did not
That's
know.
awesome.
Did not know.
With the owner
Really?
of Carl's Tavern, he was playing the house music, and they were playing Jeff shit.
The
And
kid
fucking-
getting
and
down.
They were getting. They was up there singing word for word. Like,
Okay.
hey, they're fucking juggalos. Did
Had
not
no
know
idea.
Lil Warak was just
Shit.
Whoop whoops to the little fuckers.
welcome to the
That's awesome.
fan.
Right. It was something to be seen. So
I remember when they first came out, everybody was like, "Yo, Wiked Wood Warak," like just like right
Oh
off
my
the
God.
rip. We were getting
well, I remember them.
I gave them so much shit when they came
Oh
out.
my God.
Oh god!
What?
And then, like I said, they just fucking made an actual tour. It was
Well,
like, what?
I remember them joking about going on tour, and I'll be damned if they didn't fucking go, and they are on tour.
So I have much respect.
Props.
Much
Trey
respect
Pound was supposed to be on.
everybody that goes
I
out
know
there.
he's doing a couple dates with them. Shout out to Trey Pound.
Hmm.
I know he got COVID and
Mm.
couldn't go out for a little bit or whatever it was, but I guess he's doing more dates now. Seems like.
What's up?
Hey,
Did Trey Pound make it out to
no,
Carl?
no, didn't see.
That sucks.
Yeah. Um,
He's on a hell of a show, man.
It was our Friday night. If you get a chance to see these little fuckers, go and watch them. It's
you may as well go to the show.
entertaining as fuck. I got a live.
It just seemed like everybody had their shirt off at one point.
Everybody. Oh my God. So many shirts off. It was just
They
like,
become ambiguously gay at one point, but
it is what it is, you know.
Back to the pile.
It was fun. It was fun. We were not disappointed. We'll say that much.
it's well worth the
That's
10
wild.
bucks.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
out and support the scene. Get out and support the underground.
For
just
sure.
Like 12,
Tip your bartenders.
there's just like 12 or 13 of them little kids out there hustling. trying to
There was a
get-
gang of them.
Get their money
Oh
out
my
and
God.
shit. So I mean, you got to respect the hustle like that.
They're bringing the entire show with just them.
Just
It's
them.
They're
Like,
just squatted up.
they're
They're
like-
just yeah, we're idiots.
They were like, the tour's gonna go on, and we were like, okay, the tour's going on, and then they all got on stage together, and I was like, what's happening?
Can you imagine? You
What's
go to a-
happening?
you go to a show.
It's them with Fury.
The tour
It's them
was
with Fury like the whole time, right?
Yeah, like just imagine if like ICP, Ouija, Hoodoo, and fucking hell, who little J maybe come out. I don't know. Everybody else.
and they just stayed on stage together
Yeah.
the whole fucking night.
DJ
He's the
comes
one
up.
main dude. The one dude is just wild the entire time. Like his
Oh.
energy is my spirit animal all day because he's just like, just like
Oh my god.
You talking about Liddy?
Yeah.
he's like
We call him Liddy. It's our buddy Iddy. It's our buddy Iddy had a kid with who
Yeah,
was
I can't remember,
it?
but he looks just like Iddy's little kid or something. So we call him Liddy, little Iddy,
Little Iddy.
Liddy.
If I could get away with it, I'd be sitting down for 4
But-
minutes.
But shout out to them with their hustle, man. If they're grinding through this whole thing, this COVID shit, that's respect all day because like it takes like even like Scum, Nairo, all that like they're out there like fucking hustling. All the people in Michigan doing it's wild. It's
Right.
really cool.
And if you're an aspiring band, coming up, there's a place you can. There's a Facebook page you can join called the Catacombs.
Yeah, if you're not part of the Catacombs,
Yeah.
make sure that you check it out. You just search the Catacombs on Facebook. It is a group.
You're more than welcome to promote.
Don't spam, but promote.
Don't spam, but
I was just thinking in my head, I'm going to spam.
yeah, no, but for real, it's for the underground. It's,
promotion is available there. Lots of people are getting familiar with it, and it's blowing the fuck up. And like
Yeah.
people are seeing the promotion that's in there that need to be seeing the promotion. So
yep. So there's that.
free place to plug your shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Everybody is welcome.
Everybody needs a free place to play these shit.
It's not like for horrorcore. It's just certain genres. You just come in. If you got a metal band, come in, sacrifice a cat, eat some goat meat.
It's whatever,
fucking,
you know. It's lots of fun. So make sure you join. We heard that there's going to be a big announcement at the end of this show.
Big
Like,
announcement. Tom Wood's in the house. See, we are big time.
What's up, Tom?
Shout out to
Wood?
Tom
What up,
Don't
Tom
get
Wood?
bigger than that.
That's the
Homie.
homie.
Wicked Wood.
so
We got
cool, man.
Wicked Tom Wood. The Wicked Wood, Wicked Tom Show. I can't even say it straight.
We love Tom Wood. His art is so fucking phenomenal, man.
Fire, dude.
It is the shit.
Yeah, he's like
That's all of that canvas for straight up, like all the homies, man. They're like,
oh
yeah.
He gifted us with a wedding present, the Ringmaster stand up that stood at the gathering.
outside the gathering of the event.
I mean, it still has the dust on it from Fuck That Hill.
He was like, "You can have a new one." We were like, "No, we want that
We don't
one."
want the new one.
We took the one that gathered with us.
It's kicked back in our living room as a main display. Like people come in and like,
the
"Whoa,
gathering dirt on
there's
it.
no live, laugh, love shit here. It's just the Ringmaster."
That's dope.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
mad respect to Tom. He's good people.
Legion just joined us. S-O-N.
Oh, what is up?
There we go.
Yo, what up?
I will say Tom Wood is so fucking dope, right? So me and my son started playing Echo Side a little bit late in the game. You know what I mean? Like Chris from Morton's List came up and taught us how to play.
We don't know how to play.
I've never played. I'd like to.
It's wild. It's wild. It's so much fun. You guys just gotta like sit there and like you gotta get somebody to like kind of just well if you're basic with like any kind of like tabletop like that, it should be no like or just watch the infomercial or whatever. But yeah, like we got into it, and once you get Echo Side, you're gonna want the expansion. There's no way like you're not gonna want that expansion to the game. And so like I'm going crazy because like my son's birthday's coming up, and I want to make sure that he has, you know what I mean, like gets the and like I'm trying to look for him, and I was like, I hit up Tom Wood, and he was like, if you cannot find one, I will give you my one copy.
That's what's up.
How
Legit.
How fucking dope is that, though?
He's good people. I'm telling you, legit. He's probably one of the. He's one of the most genuine people.
I'm proud
I've
to
ever
call
met
myself
and
a
seen.
fan of his. And I'm also proud to call myself a friend of his because he's a dope individual.
Yes, he is.
If you get a chance to meet him at a gathering or in the show, go up and shake the man's hand.
Cool as
Thank
fuck.
him for his artwork. But I'm telling you, he's a straight up 138% dope ass motherfucker. We love this. This is a top pro Tom Wood home, pro Wicked Wood home. We're gonna get into it with Wicked Wood now about the movie called Gravy.
Hey,
If you haven't seen this fucking movie,
Dude, you're missing
my brother Dean,
He was actually our last guest.
who was our last guest from last week,
He's the one that recommended this movie.
He gave us the recommendation to Gravy, and usually he's got pretty good fucking taste in horror. And so we was bored. We decided, was like, okay, we're gonna do the Gravy movie. So we put it up on the TV and we started watching it. And like 2 minutes in, I was fucking sold. Sarah Silverman, come on, man.
That's my bitch.
Sarah Silverman.
I just wish we got more of her. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I said is I wish we got more of her.
Yeah.
That's the only. That's not my only. We'll talk. Yeah. But
Definitely.
it would have been cool if it would have been cool if it like. So do we spoil at all or no? We can't.
He normally just runs through it.
I usually
give him the whole thing.
I'll fucking. They should have. Charlie, the fake Charlie Anson, should have took her with him.
Yeah,
to where he was about to go.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been so dope. That should be the sequel.
And just introduced her to it. She probably would have been fucking down as fuck.
And she goes like nuts though.
Right.
She loves it.
She was from Haddonfield.
Yeah, from Haddonfield. Anyways, but yeah, so if we want to go ahead and like jump into this, I guess we can go ahead and do that. So yeah, today we're bringing you, like we said, the movie Gravy. Came out in 2015. That's all the info I have. I know that it was a low budget. I know it was a low budget, and it didn't have a budget listed online, so I could not find a budget for this thing.
Whatever it costs to make it, I will match that cost for them to make a part 2.
I also know
tens of dollars.
It had really bad ratings. It's got like a fucking 30% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 5 on.
All of you viewers, don't just take my fucking word for it. Don't take Wicked Wood's word for it. Go out and watch this fucking movie.
It's
you
so
will
great.
not fucking be disappointed. It is a cult classic in my book.
Like it's supposed to be a horror comedy, but honestly, I view it as like for me, Serial Mom is a horror comedy. Like it's funny, but it's got horror aspects. This movie is fucking scary with some funny aspects.
Yeah,
there's a big difference. This movie's fucked up. Like it's actually fucked up.
One thing that was terrifying about it to me is this shit could fucking happen.
Totally.
This is one of those horror scenarios where you can find yourself just in a fuck situation when you fuck with the wrong people.
Not even fuck it. He didn't even fuck with him.
I know.
Anyways.
I'm just saying.
Anyways, you've got the cast, don't you?
Yeah, I got the cast up.
You want to go ahead and run that cast by us real quick?
So we got Michael Weston, Jimmy Simpson, Sutton Foster, Lily Cole, Molly Ephraim, Paul Rodriguez. I can't even pronounce it. It's the dude he was in Leto
Smith.
That's the chef. That's the chef.
It's the chef. Okay.
He was in
Ethan
Oz.
Sandler, Gabrielle Luna, and then you got the Precious girl. I don't even know how to Gabby. It's not
I
Gabby.
call her Precious.
Yeah,
call her
everybody, I
Roz.
think. Yeah.
She was awesome in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish she would have had more of a role, and we'll get into that. But yeah, so
But yeah, the chef guy, he was in Oz.
yes, the
HBO
show
series Oz.
Oz.
I don't know if anybody remembers that.
Good show. But yeah, no fucking. So that's the rundown. That's our.
And he was fucking a straight talk gangster up in this motherfucker. He talked shit the entire time. Spit at him. Said fuck you.
Oh yeah.
Yo, he was.
Fuck.
The grease at the grease was so good.
Yo, that soundtrack was loud as fuck. Did anybody else
Yes,
notice that?
the soundtrack was super interesting.
What was that song at the beginning?
The hee haw.
The fucking there was one song in there that I think it might have been Sarah Silverman about the farm animals. And
No, that's the one. Yeah, but no,
then there was another one about like people eating your brains, and it was like all poppy and shit.
It was great. It was
Yeah, I'd
great.
like to listen to those again. Like,
The farm animals one was the good one. There's a goat, and the chicken, and the chicken, and the duck, and the... It's like that totally doesn't go with this fucking movie, but it's great.
It's perfect. It hits. I felt like the costumes were fucking on point. Like everybody's costumes were like super. The fucking blood, like the gore and shit like that. That was phenomenal.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pretty good.
Like, that was probably the coolest. Like, so to me, it's like a comedy, but at the same time, you have it being like. It's more just shock and like it's like shock and the aspect of like gore. It's not as like I'm like Michael Myers is right around the corner. You know what I mean? Like it's not that kind of thriller. It's more. I agree with you on that. It's like you got more comedy. What I was gonna say, and you said it before, is that it's always sunny in Philadelphia shit. Right?
I swear to God,
It's
it was
like a very intense. Like take 6 hits of acid. Do some whippets and watch a horror episode of
It's Always Sunny because that's what it felt like we were
they
watching.
could lock him in the bar and do the same thing.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that plus this movie they called The Final. Great Bait. Have you ever seen that? It's about those high school kids. They lock up. It's wild. But
It's a horror movie.
Yeah, it's a horror movie. It's called The Final. It's about these kids, and they lock up their classmates. They like invite them all to a party. And then all of a sudden they come out and fucking like look like fucking Slipknot came out of there. They're all fucking rocking masks and shit, like with fucking machine guns and shit. And they're all locked up. They all drank the punch and they all get locked the fuck up. And all of a sudden, like just shit, everybody's trying to get the fuck out. You know what I mean? But it's cool. I recommend that. I'm not gonna say it's an amazing film or anything like that. It's good, but it piqued all my interest because like I always like. Was always really interested in school shootings and stuff like that, like the Outcast or something like that, Rise and or like that's always been. But like those two movies, and then like almost like some bowling balls type shit. It reminded me of like just like that. Like what's going on? This is so silly.
It surprised me. It's silly in parts.
Like some of the sound effects even were just like wow.
Real quick,
it's absurd.
Spoke on that, Craig.
What?
It be a bowling ball movie. That should
have
just kept going.
Should have just kept going for sure.
That would have been sick.
The gore in it was, is up there with gravy.
Yes, yes, it was like the fucking the
give me the ball,
motherfucker. The fucking
give me the ball. Give me the ball.
Yeah, it was like when they took the cheese grater to the fucking chef's.
Oh my god,
that was wild.
We'll get to that. So you go ahead and start the rundown.
All right.
Start this movie.
All right.
My bad.
Movie starts off. One of the main characters, his name of the movie is Anson. I like to call him Charlie because he looks like Charlie and acts like Charlie and sounds like Charlie
from It's Always Sunny.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Anyways, he visits a local little convenience store. He wants some sorbet,
Sorbet.
Goes in, he grabs him a thing of sorbet, looks around, doesn't see anybody, no attendant. Out comes one of the most funniest, most beautiful women in Hollywood, a comedy legend, if you will. The irrepressible Sarah Silverman is the attendant of the fucking. So I'm like,
her name's like Bethany something from Haddonfield.
Goolsby.
Goolsby.
I remember the last name Goolsby and her being.
It's long. It's long. I was trying to get it too.
And she comes out, and
well, first he gets the sorbet, and there's no one in there. Like, he's looking for an attendant, and he's like, all right, well, you see that I'm trying to purchase this. And that's when she comes out talking about how much pink lemonade she drank, and she knew it was going to be a mistake, but she did it anyway. And she
they tell the customers that they don't have a bathroom, but they really have a half bath, a toilet and commode, and even offers to give him a grievance to file.
A grumpy report or whatever she calls it.
And he's not going to sign it. I think he thinks it's love at first sight. They flirt back and forth and back and forth.
They actually hit it off.
And so he exits the store, and you're like, man, this is just a normal character. He just found him a piece of pussy in a fucking convenience store, and good for him. So the next scene, it gets to the scene of where the movie comes to play. It's the restaurant. It's like a Mexican cantina style restaurant. Looked like a good establishment to eat at, get some fire ass tacos, and the kind where you get the real tacos and the white cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kind of place, not Taco Bell.
Real tacos.
You start to get to see some of the characters that are going to be in the show. It goes there's the big black girl from American Horror Story,
Precious,
the witches, Precious. She's in it.
I think her name's like Wanda or something in the game, or in the.
She's like a security guard.
Yeah, but she ends up getting called Ross in the movie.
Which I think is funny because if you don't tell me your name, I'm just going to call you Ross.
Winketta is the cast name. But I don't think that's what they called her at all.
I can't do that.
Doesn't matter. She isn't with us long.
No.
And so her and the chef, this French dude that was in Oz, they're going back and forth and talking. So you get to introduce like each character that's going to be in the movie. They're all doing.
You've got the misbehaving. She's got a party to go to, but she's got to close the bar.
Typical little stuck-up white prom queen bitch.
You've got the bartender.
You got the bartender.
She's actually graduating from medical school, so they're having a party there for her.
She's dressed up as a football player. Then there's the prom queen dressed up like the.
They've got the boxer, which he's an actual boxer, right?
Yeah, he's a fighter.
Okay. So that wasn't a costume, or was it a costume?
No, it was a costume, but he just happened to have it in his closet, so he's a cheap bastard. So,
but then so you meet all the cast, and there's actually a guy there who proposed to a gal that evening and got turned down.
To call him Hulk Hoagie.
So he proposes, and the girl that he proposes to actually tells him that she's leaving him for an emo, a female,
which Hoagie can relate to. Every chick he asks out turns into a lesbian. Like, oh, fuck that. I'd rather go to the other team.
But yeah, so he actually is at the bar as well. So he's not part of the crew, obviously. But anyways, he'll come back into play. So
you get introduced to the owner of the restaurant, who is he's pretty much a legend in Hollywood, I would imagine, somewhere. His name's Paul Rodriguez. I've seen him in a lot of shit. I just can't say exactly what shows I've seen him all in.
He's one of those people. You always see him in everything.
He's been in a million movies. I just can't name fucking one.
Exactly. It's just one of those faces.
It's like Danny Trejo used to be like that when he came out of it.
If you've seen him on the streets, you'd want his autograph, and you can sign anything, and you'd be like, "Oh shit, it's nice to meet you, Bob Newhart." So, anyways, he's the owner. And so you've got a couple patrons that are in the corner, Robin Hood and a little cat.
Being naughty.
And they're making out, doing the dirty.
Being naughty.
And then you got the hoagie guy. And
you got the waitress, right?
Huh?
The waitress. in the Homecoming Queen, John.
Yeah,
We talked
the
about her.
prom queen.
But I totally missed.
Yeah. Yes, he said she was like a prom queen. She's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
She was misbehaving,
Let's
but
see if we're missing anybody.
I don't think so.
No, you're not. So they
So the back door,
the back door is stuck at some point. They're trying to get out and
take the trash out.
they're trying to take the trash out. You know, they're closing. Everybody here has probably worked at a restaurant. You try to get the fuck out of there at the end of the night. And the owner, he tells the Precious, I don't know if she's a real security guard or if that's her costume.
Why would they
bitch
need a
looks like-
security guard?
No,
Plus she hasn't graduated.
I mean, I thought about that. I was like, why you need security at a fucking...
Maybe it's a rough
But where do
neighborhood.
you just get a security guard outfit that fits you that well?
I didn't even think of
Unless
that
you're
until you
buying
said
one for
that.
work.
I just thought she was a security guard. I didn't even think about it being a costume.
I just thought she was guarding the chips. And doing a shitty job.
She
of
was
it.
the first one eating and the first one eating. Did
Did
you notice that? Did you notice they had a
Don't
bunch of
touch my chips.
Uh,
Don't touch my chips. That's what
so-
she said when she left.
So, anyways,
They she tells the Cricket, the prom queen chick.
well, they end up having the little before he's just they pull the girl in
Oh yeah,
for the
waitress,
party,
the bartender who's the football player chick.
the one that's graduating.
She's it was like her last day of work. She was going to be a paramedic, and so they get her like a leather attaché, fucking medical bag, and everything. They're all celebrating. Well, the owner wants them to go around and check,
Why the
why
door's
the
like that?
door's stuck like that. So Precious and Cricket take off to go see. Well, Cricket, they're walking down the hallway, and Cricket says, "Do you smell something burning?" And right when she says that, she gets snatched from behind the door. And Precious don't notice it because she's one of those kind of big people.
Well, you
that are
also
walking forward, they don't wanna
see
turn around. Oh,
you
yeah.
see sparks. You see like this light, and you're like
Yeah.
she's intrigued. She's being drawn to whatever she's seeing because you kind of see it, which actually ends up being his welding.
And if you have half
equipment,
a brain, notice it's the arc off a welder. So she comes around the corner and she sees someone dressed in a clown outfit. Imagine that. And he's welding the door shut from the inside. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, hey, don't worry. I'm a professional. And she's like, yeah, well, fuck you. You're going to be welding our door
What are you
shut.
doing? And he said, I
So-
welded the door shut.
And,
She's like, the fuck? So she starts yelling for Cricket. Cricket's gone. She's like, where the fuck you go, girl?
So right off, you come to the conclusion, and these motherfuckers done welding themselves to where they can't get out of the restaurant, and they just welded themselves inside the restaurant where nobody can get out from the inside. So they're immediately in a fucking box, a trap.
So she asks where Cricket is. He says, oh, I think she's right over there, which she leans forward and
And you
sees
can see her
Cricket
through the
tied to a
aquarium.
chair with fruit in her mouth. So that's when, she gets caught up and she gets put in the chair. So now we've got two people in custody. And then that's when,
And then you see the cat and Robin Hood are with this clown.
Mm-hmm.
They're a trio.
yeah, because actually Robin Hood, Stefan, I think is his name. He is the one that gets a girl. As she's the second girl that gets tied up. Precious, we'll call her, because Ross or whatever.
Yeah, he says, if you don't tell me your name, I'll call you Ross. And she's like,
I was thinking about it. She's got to get hit with Precious everywhere she goes.
That's pretty much what she's known for.
She's got to be Precious.
I'll be honest, I've never even seen that. I watched American Horror Story, so she's American Horror Story for me, but I still know her as Precious because
I don't think I've even seen Precious. Yeah, I've never
that
seen.
was her
I've never
breakout
watched-
role.
Awesome movie.
Yeah. So, anywho, so we've got two in captivity or whatever.
Tom Hanks is either child molester or Forrest Gump. So
Whoa.
Said
Anywho,
it.
off subject.
I said it.
So that's when they go and they round up. So you hear them, they go into the kitchen, and then you hear all the commotion, and next thing you know, you've got a line of everybody, and everybody's tied up to these chairs, facing each other. And that's when
Which I don't understand because it doesn't show them taking everybody in the kitchen. There was fucking two of them.
there's three
Yeah,
of them.
when did they get captured? Did they?
There's three of them.
Well, he gets the chef. They get the chef, the boxer.
Everybody's done. It's almost like it's all in the point of view of Oh girl, and then all of a sudden she's out and everybody else is out, right?
Right. Everybody's still on the chair with the oranges
Yes.
or the
Yes.
tangerines or whatever in their mouth.
Yes. So that's what we come to next, and that's when we start explaining the
Pseudo
gangster
gangster party.
overnight slumber party.
Some
European.
Bob, whatever the fuck he calls it. He calls it some super fancy name for party.
it's a fucking
Basically explains to them that they're all going to be eaten.
yeah.
So the premise of the movie is
There's no games
it's-
to, like
it's-
Saul to get out.
Mm-mm.
There's no
you are going to be
no
eaten.
tricks.
Period.
You're going to be
You're going to
murdered
die.
and eaten. It's a tradition for them.
Every Halloween,
Eve.
Eve. It's the eve of every Halloween. So yeah, that's what's happening. So they're all welded in. All the doors are welded shut. So the only people that are getting out is
Zip tied to the chairs.
And yeah, they've got a slew of events that they've got planned for everybody. And that's going to determine the order in which they die. So
right
which is so funny how they break it down to them, because they're like, all of a sudden they're like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Then all of a sudden the music starts playing and they just start licking them. It's like what's going on? And we don't know anything at this point. We don't know if they're cannibals or not.
Mm-mm.
So it's like you're like, what's gonna happen?
What
like
in the fuck
what is this? And
like, are you gonna rape us? Like, is this a rape fucking fest?
What is going on? And it's like it was funny though. It was really funny.
Yeah, it was intense. But yeah, so let's go ahead and fast forward beyond that. We are given the opportunity, the first.
Oh, Mimi's talking shit.
Oh yeah.
Shut up. She's like, fuck.
No,
you,
not
this
Mimi.
is
Ross.
Or not Mimi.
Ross is talking
Precious.
shit. Precious is talking shit. Mad
She's
shit.
like,
Mad
yeah,
Yeah,
cat
she's
shit.
ballsy.
Yeah, she's like, don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me. She's like, yeah, talking about.
Well, not shut up.
You
She's
can
like,
sew my
fucking
lips
sew
shut, and
my
I'm
lips
still
shut,
gonna
and
talk.
I'm still gonna talk.
Yeah, so needless to say, Mimi decided to chew her fucking throat box out. And that's the very first bit of bloodshed.
I feel that energy though.
She didn't die. Not then. Not yet. But she definitely sprayed blood. And it was a pretty intense scene. It was not what I was expecting. I was disappointed in the fact that we got rid of her role so quickly.
First.
Yeah. I mean, because essentially she's alive for a little bit thereafter, and we'll get into that. But it sucks because from that point forward, she is obviously not a character. Because
she was killing it. It's like a train wreck. And then
yeah. So that was pretty intense. I didn't expect that. Didn't fucking expect that at all. So that was pretty intense.
They couldn't afford her. They was like, look, Precious is like a pretty big actress.
Yeah.
So, and I don't mean big. I mean, you're like big time.
Pretty famous.
So we can only afford you for like 20 minutes.
Right.
like, we got Sean Connery, and he's like, hi, and it's all he does.
Right.
Like ICP couldn't afford Dolomite for Big Money Hustlers for the host shows. So I was like, hey, 3/4 of the way in. And I think Precious probably pulls a little bit more money than Dolomite per.
The budget rate.
But not as much booty.
Yeah, she was a big dump truck, boy.
But yeah, so that was the very first bit of bloodshed. And then after that,
the killers are really theatric in the way they go about everything too, and it's just fucking great.
It is.
They're not just like fucking, backwoods hillbillies. We'll kill you.
My man said pageantry, yo.
Yeah. It's like an art to these people.
The next victim.
The next person
Rodriguez.
up to play. Because like I said, there's games. These are games that they're playing. So the very first game that they're playing, I can't remember what they call it. What is it called?
William Tell.
That's what it is. William Tell.
From the old
yes.
Old thing with the apple.
And the blindfold and the arrow. So
and, they do tell, because Paul Rodriguez is like, look, just let my employees go. You can
let my people go.
Yeah, the owner says,
hey, give you the safe. I'll give you all the money in the safe. And they're like, then they figure it out. They're like, you guys ain't here to fucking rob us. And that's when they tell them, we're going to eat you. And so they do give, I don't know how much of a chance it is.
But they give him an
Paul
opportunity.
Rodriguez, they say, they put the apple in his mouth.
Orange or tangerine or whatever it is.
And then one on top of his head. And then they blindfold the leader of the little killer gang, McPoyle. That is.
It was a sick ass shot too. It was a sick ass shot.
Yeah.
It was greatly fucking
executed.
so to speak. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
They blindfolded him and then span him around, and we're like, "Yo, get ready."
They tell him, they said, if I get the apple off the top of your head, then I will let you guys go. But if I don't get that one and I get the other one, then you're dead. So they do it, and it's just a beautiful slow motion shot, creepy, eerie music in the background, and then you see
the tangerines
hit the ground. And you're like, well, he obviously didn't spit it out.
It panned out, and then you see him with the shot with the arrow through the fruit, through the mouth, through the back of the head. And that's our first official kill scene.
Perfect fucking shot, too.
I thought it was cool. I like the way they shot it. I like the way they didn't actually show it, like the suspense of it, like the whole the piece of fruit hitting the ground and stuff. I liked that aspect. That was impressive.
I'm telling you, I do not know how this show didn't get as much credit
at all. I think it's very.
It surprised me. I didn't think I was gonna like it at first, but it turned out awesome.
It was pretty good.
I said it came recommended to me by someone that knows their horror, so I believed it and gave it a shot and was not fucking disappointed
at all.
Just like we're gonna check the finals out. We can check that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that.
The final. Yeah, I'm not gonna say 100%. You let me know.
He's like, it might be a shitty movie, but
it's for me. When I was really, really stoned, I was like, "This is the fucking shit."
We'll get really stoned and watch it.
Yeah, that's.
You do that on a TV Guide channel, though.
Yeah, I do.
Don't do pot, don't take drugs, just so you know.
Remember that guy?
Go
ahead, take us into the next scene.
Okay, so kill him. Then
that's when they decide they grab the chef.
No, that's when they just decide to actually kill Ross.
They haven't got there yet. No, they get to the chef first, and they take the chef. They chain the chef.
They pull the chef up, and then he's out in the kitchen with they locked him up already, and they're like
basically they tell the chef he's going to cook the entrees tonight, meaning he's going to cook all of his coworkers and friends for an opportunity to live and be let go at the end of the day. So which he doesn't have a choice, so he gets chained by the neck to the ceiling or whatever in the kitchen to prepare all of his friends, which is where he ends up with the boss. They take the boss back there, and he is preparing the manager's special, which is the appetizer. So there's that. So after that,
and they put him on nacho chips. I didn't know if that was racist or it was just like since they didn't have crackers and crackers.
It was the restaurant. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt on that.
Yeah. You can't make food be racist. I love
Cat was saying some fucked up shit. Cat was saying some fucked up shit the whole fucking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like wild.
Oh, the cat.
Yes,
she was full blown fucking Nazi. She was a full blown fucking Nazi racist.
I couldn't stand her.
Have you guys seen Dr. Parnassus and the what is it called? It's a movie called Dr. Parnassus. It was like one of Heath Ledger's last films before he passed away.
I know which one you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
But yeah, she plays she was pretty good. She was pretty good in that. But she was really, really good in this too.
I think I've seen her in those fake Scream movies too.
That makes sense.
Not the one chick that's always in the what's her name? What's the fake Scream movie?
I know who you're talking about.
Scary movie?
Scary movie. Like even in a faker, scarier movie, I think that
faker scarier
plays like the lead.
Faker scarier.
Like I Know What You Did Last Summer, Over the Hill with.
Anyways, we're off topic. So
I've seen her. I haven't seen a lot of the people that are in Gravy in a lot of movies. Anson, I've seen him in a lot of movies. Fake Charlie. I couldn't tell you what the name of any of the movies are though. Not a one. But I have seen him before this.
The Anson dude, I saw him when I accidentally rented the wrong Scooby-Doo movie.
Hanson like Manson.
But yeah, so we
got the chef back here cooking his friends, fellow employees.
That takes us to our next elimination, which is the 6 Shades of Bacon or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The elimination, not killer. I was like, who the fuck got killed then? Yeah, 6 Shades of Kevin Bacon game. of who, and then the winner of it gets to
Stretch their legs.
stretch their legs and use the bathroom, and they go
That's
ahead.
cold blooded though.
Yeah, I couldn't do that, man.
I-
I have a hard time naming 6 movies Kevin Bacon's been in. What, Footloose and fucking Tremors?
Terrible at it.
Super. That movie was lit.
Oh, fuck, what else?
Man, Tremors. He was awesome in that.
Invisible Man. That's about like the only one.
Yeah, Hollow Man. Yeah.
Or Hollow Man.
That Stir of Echoes.
I don't know. He was in fucking
Misty River.
Footloose, which Kenny Loggins sang for Footloose, and I say fuck Kenny Loggins. Me and him's got beef for the rest of our lives. You're not in the room, so I can talk shit about Kenny Loggins if I want.
This room is now a danger zone.
Yeah. Oh. Oh man, he accepted my friend's request, his real profile on Facebook a couple years ago, and I fucking screenshotted where it was the real Kenny Loggins, and I was like, "Look at this!" I was like, "Kenny Loggins is my buddy," and he private messaged me. He was like, "Hey man, take that down." I was like, "Why?" He was like, "I just don't want it up there, man." I was like, "Fuck you, man." I was like, "I think it's cool." And he's like, "So you're not gonna take it off?" I was like, "No, fuck you, man. Footloose." He got all mad. Blocked me from. I mean, it's legit. You asked me, I had my old accounts on there, man. I went in on his ass for a week on fucking every social media. I tore his ass up. So yeah, I ever see Kenny Loggins' his glorious bearded smash on sight. Fuck that motherfucker. Yeah, that's my 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I'm like,
He be hanging out with that stingray. I heard.
That's wild. That's fucking wild.
Stingray got beef too.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right, the boss just came back in. All right. In the movie, yeah, they do this 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon or whatever it is, and the bartender, she ends up winning, and they untie her, and so the only 2 that are left, like actually subdued, is the boxer who was the owner's nephew, and the prom queen, Cricket. When we get to that part, that is the greatest part. And
That's so funny. I know what you're talking about.
did we call Hoagie? He was knocked out upstairs in the bathroom, and so they forgot that he was in there.
We thought he was the first death. We thought he was the first death because all of a sudden he just knocked out and just done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's because he has a thing with blood that makes him faint. Because I know he mentioned something to. So we'll get into that. But anyways,
So he makes him. So he comes down the fucking stairs and he sees what's going on. He's like, "Holy shit!"
did you talk about when they killed her off, or did you skip that? That was during the bacon thing because she was at a disadvantage. She couldn't even talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they ended up killing Precious before the whatever degrees with Kevin Bacon because she couldn't talk, so she couldn't play, and they didn't think it was fair for her. So they ended up taking their Flintstone-sized skewer and shoving it to her, and immediately they've got a lot of beef in the back from the cook. So the guy comes running downstairs that they forgot about, who was knocked out up in the bathroom, who we think is the first kill at the beginning. And he's just fucking like, he's running around trying to try every
screaming.
door. And they're just looking at him like, the killers are just looking at him like, what the
He
fuck?
can't get out. There's no windows.
Yeah.
The place is
And
bolted up.
The main killer, he releases his girlfriend Mimi the cat on him. And she tracks him down and gets him upstairs.
Because he gets to be her personal squeaky toy for the night.
That's her squeaky toy for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And she ends up catching him. He explains he's a hemophiliac, and that just turns her on even more, ready to fuck him up. And she gets him downstairs. Well, the chef is talking with the main killer when they're all back in the kitchen, and they've got Anson, who was my favorite character on there, and the football player bartender. They're all in the kitchen together. Well, the main killer wants the chef to make him something special, and he's like, "I can make chili out of Precious's ass." I think it was. And so he sends his brother Anson and the football bartender chick to the ingredients, the dry room where they got all the
down
ingredients
in the basement or something.
Well, he secretly the main killer tells him, he said, whatever you make me, he's like, don't use basil. And he doesn't say I'm allergic, doesn't say anything. He said, don't use basil. If you use basil, I will turn you inside out, literally. And he does. And so the Anson, the main killer's brother, who I think should have been the lead of the movie anyways, and the bartender, they go to get the ingredients. Well, the chef secretly encoded somehow to grab basil. He needed basil secretly. So they get all the shit. Well, the bartender chick, she's smart. She's going to be a paramedic. So she obviously ain't a juggler. She went to school and fucking got a degree. So she knows what she's doing. She gets into Anson's head very easily because, A, she got tits and a vagina. And B, Anson's a dude. And, you know,
devil magic.
They fall for that shit. So she gets in his head, making him think that she's into him and thinks it's cool what he's doing and everything. And I thought she was looking at me mad. I was like, "It's true. You guys got the devil titties."
Mm-hmm.
She said she really liked his mom's car.
Did she not help the chef get the basil?
She is the one. She got the basil. It doesn't show her pass it to him when they come back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there was one
way.
He
finds out, like the part we're coming up on.
We'll get to that.
And so they get the shit. And she gets into this guy's head, into one of the killer's head. Anson
convinces him that she's got a crush on him.
Yeah, that she's crushing on him. Which we come to find out, that's the same shit that Mimi pulled a year before.
So
you know, and he like whole Patty Hearst fucking. Can't remember what they cause. Kind of like Stockholm syndrome or something like that when you start familiarizing with your kidnappers and shit. Well, she's got him good, got him on the hook. So they take the shit back, and the main brother, he's like, why was you guys taking so long in there? And fucking, she's done got into Anson's head that Mimi needs to go. So he's like, I got to talk to you, bro. And they go into the cooler and talk, and he's like, fucking Mimi's a bitch. She's coming between us. And honestly, Mimi's a fucking psycho. Fucking crazy bitch.
Yeah, when they do the flashback to her.
Yeah,
so I was trying to pick up details on that because I was like, what, did they do this at another restaurant? Do they usually use a chef?
Like, I think it was a coworker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was one of her coworkers that she was like.
At first, I thought it might have been a family member or something, but then I was like, they do this in restaurants, so it's obviously.
Yeah, because Anson said it was getting harder and harder to find restaurants with no windows and still doors and no alarm systems. So I take it they did it last time at a restaurant as well. So fucking, they talk. They get back. Well, the chef is fucking sitting there just feeding the main killer
chili,
McPoyle chili, and they're getting that, and
so he's eating the chili.
So he's eating the chili. Move on. Ate a whole bowl of the shit. So what was the? Oh, they get Precious's feet. And Anson has a good idea that there needs to be like a game with the 2 feet.
Foot race.
A foot race.
Yeah, they called it a foot race because whoever had.
Yeah, he said there's no sense of letting these walking sticks go to bad.
You called them walking
before
sticks.
that, I forgot.
Make a good soup.
One of my favorite parts of the movie, of course. Before we get any further, you got to tell it before he comes out with the 2 feet for the foot race. The boxer and the cricket start talking, and cricket explains to the boxer who's tied up across from her that she does coke and that she's got a razor blade and coke in her panties. So fucking, it's like, the only way he can get it is with his mouth. So he tips his chair over and he gets his head under her fucking dress. And he's got his face in the muff, and he's trying to get the razor blade and the coke out. Well, the fucking Mimi chick is chasing Hoagie around the restaurant, and she runs past him. She's like, "Last supper, I can dig it." And because the chick starts acting like the cricket starts acting like she's fucking coming, and it's really just the boxer's trying to get the fucking razor blade. And he gets. I don't know how she asked me how did he get the razor blade in his hands from her pussy to his mouth, and from his mouth to his hands. I was like, man, if he can eat some pussy while he's tied up, he can do anything. He can get that razor blade in his hand. I got to balance myself and stuff like a Komodo dragon eating a dead rabbit.
Oh, my God.
Is it just me?
With his hands tied behind his back.
But is it just me, or does that boxer dude kind of remind you of E-Man if E-Man was a dude? Love you, bro.
That's funny.
So now we know that the boxer has a razor blade in his hand, and he's working on his fucking zip ties that they got him all zip tied with. So Anson and the bartender football player who's acting like she's falling for Anson, they come out and they set up this game where they've got Precious's fucking feet, and you've got to gnaw the feet to the bone, and the first one to the bone would get untied and get to use the bathroom. Well, fucking neither one of them's gonna do it. Whatever.
I pissed my pants.
He turned the Anson turns his attention back to cricket, and when he does, the boxer gets through the fucking zip ties and gets loose, and fucking just mollywops Anson with a fucking foot. I mean, if he was a boxer in UFC, wouldn't you just use your own hand and not a foot? I would have used
him with that foot.
He still smokes him with the fucking foot, but just barehanded with a fucking to sleep.
It's great. It's great.
It fucking
chain.
smokes him.
There's so many little things like that. Like, I didn't even pick up that it was like a foot race till it was a foot race, but like the idea of like the foot just hitting him in the face, like that's great. That's genius.
And at the beginning of the movie, where Cricket said that the fish tank was.
We haven't got there. These are the worst.
Hey, we're having fun.
Yeah, when I saw that, I knew it was like some kind of foreboding thing. But
Yeah, a forward, like a pre.
Yeah.
Be the death of me.
So, anyways.
I can't wait till we get to the part where you're talking about my favorite line of the movie. Like, it's the Pee Wee's word of the day. You'll know.
If he ever gets there. Are you gonna talk?
I forgot where we were. Oh, the foot race. He knocks that motherfucker out. And it pans back to the kitchen. And the main killer, he's sitting there, Stefan.
He's starting to struggle.
He's struggle breathing and stuff.
And
He's like
swallowing.
He's like
Getting
seeing
hot.
symptoms of an allergic reaction coming on. And he's like, man, I only get this way when I have basil. And that's when the chef explains to him, he's like, fuck you, I put basil in your shit. Fuck you. And then he's just starting to get that allergic reaction come on. Then them two start scrapping.
And everybody starts scrapping, dude. The whole
Well, chaos ensues at that. That's like the best part of the movie.
It's like goes crazy.
Everybody's fighting.
It pops the fuck off.
Everybody's kung fu fighting.
We end up with Anson fighting the boxer. We've got the one dude, Stefan, fighting the cook, and then we've got Mimi fighting the other two guys. It was fucking brutal, dude.
Cricket fighting Mimi, and
that's so good.
It's just fucking crazy.
It was quite and it was.
Everybody was swinging.
It was like, oh my god, like you were watching the hits and you were like, oh.
Everybody was swinging except Hoagie. Hoagie was tied up upside down.
Oh my god, with a knife in his leg.
He's running around, isn't he? No, he's not running around.
No,
he was still tied up.
He's the squeaky toy at this point.
So once the fucking.
Oh, he's in the kitchen swinging.
Yes, with a knife in his leg. He's like, I got a knife in my leg.
Well, Anson and the boxer go upstairs to fight, and they're fucking going at it and shit. And
Anson catches them all trying to get out.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, this is what's gonna, because they're all up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then they go upstairs and they know that they can get out that fucking thing at that point.
Air conditioner.
All they have to do is kick out the air conditioning unit, and they're home free in their office at this point.
And that's the plan. Until Mimi came in.
They're fucking brutally there's so much gore in this one fucking part though. It gets so fucking dope because you got the chef doing their fucking thing, then the three girls going at it, and the three girls are probably the most brutal.
Oh my god, when she yanks her fucking hair and pulls that patch of her fucking hair, Cricket's hair, off of her head, I was like, oh my god. That was bad. That was fucking bad.
I don't even have hair.
I was like, oh no, she ripped her weave out. No, that's her fucking scalp.
That whole realized hair.
Scalp.
And Anson's up with the axe, and he's like, are we gonna do this like men with our fists, or are we gonna do this like pussies with axes and shit?
Right.
And he's like, ah.
I'm just kidding. He's great. He was like I said, he was my favorite.
Oh yeah, easily. Easily the best.
Hanson was my favorite.
That's the best kind of creepy killer is like the nice guy one. He's just
well,
like,
the fucked up part is like we kept talking about the It's Always Sunny. I kept saying, man, if you just close your eyes and listen to it, all it is Charlie. It sounds like him. It even looks like him unless you really look at him. It's like if Charlie had a brother that was also an actor.
I think these two lived together because the dude that played Anson was on It's Sunny a couple episodes.
Huh. I wonder if they're related.
Where I've seen him from.
They talked about being roommates in it.
they're definitely Scooter brothers.
Well, McPoyle's on there, so I think it's all like an acting troupe.
Right.
Scooter
Anyways,
brothers.
so like I said, shit pops off. Everybody's fighting everybody.
I thought Anson was done upstairs.
I thought Anson was done.
The boxer would killed him
up, right? So I guess we can just get into these last few kill scenes here. I don't remember who really happens first because it all is pretty chaotic.
Upstairs, Anson and the boxer
are going ham,
Anson, and he's done snapped Anson's arms. Got the compound fracture going.
But Anson also bites the boxer's leg, takes a massive fucking chunk out of his leg, blood everywhere. But he's got him in a position
where gets him down in the roadhouse.
He's like, surely you've seen Roadhouse.
Shove his fucking nose through his fucking
brain. He got cocky because right above him.
He asked me, he said, "Why are you fucking laughing? You're about to die." And he's like, "Because of this." And fucking Anson snatches him up. Right above is the vent fan, and it's going. And he just fucking sticks him up in the vent fan and just chops his ass up. And it's just
blood.
It's just fucking Slayer concert.
It was raining blood. That scene was pretty impressive. I liked how his arm kind of went limp. I remember that standing out. I was just like, oh.
The special effects in that part was fucking.
He was like, I can't believe that worked.
Yeah, he's like, look.
And he had it all prepped. He had it all prepped to jump out that window too. If you really think about it, because he was like. They moved the table over to right where all he had to do was jump up and be like, you know what I mean? Which I don't know how that would have ended.
Once we come to the spot where they get out that window, that's pretty fucking high still.
Yeah.
I'm a big heights fan.
Yeah, no.
I don't care if it's like 18 feet.
It'd take a lot for me to jump out that window.
After I would have knew old boy was dead, I would have found the stuff that they used to weld the door. There had to be a grinder or something. I would have went out the way they planned on going out.
So that was kill number one. Then we'll go to the kitchen. So we have the other brother, Stefan, and the cook. And so we've got the one having a severe allergic reaction, and then we've got the cook who's chained up. So these two are going fucking at it. Like they're beating the shit out of each other.
The cook's done stabbed him in the fucking
with
head
a corkscrew.
Corkscrew. That was brutal. That happened at the same time as the bone split.
Oh my God, it was so intense.
Oh, so good.
Corkscrew in the head. Fucking knife in the chest.
The cheese grater on the side of the face.
The soup to the face to the killer. Just
oh my God.
Hilarious though, them swinging the fucking hoagie around. And fucking
oh my God, yeah, poor Hoagie.
That Hoagie definitely had his paper tucked.
But yeah, so pretty fucking intense scene. And then we get to the point where they're both down on the ground. They've beat each other so bad. And then the chef says, one of us is going to die. Like, it's time. One of us has to die.
Oh, he said, I volunteer and chose it to be me.
Yeah, he did. He said, I volunteer. I choose me. It didn't turn out that way. So we've got the chef who stabs. So you think the chef's going to win because he stabs Stefan in the fucking chest, like right here, like in the heart. Like, stab the fuck out of him.
Boyle just fucking summons the fucking
strength
of 1,000
starts
tigers.
Choking the shit out of him.
Fucking spins
boom,
fucking head around twice.
Bad, like.
And then he kisses him. Yeah.
Oh, it was so weird. It was like, are you bonding?
And when he said, if you fuck me over with that basil, he said, I will turn you inside out. They were so
good about it the whole time.
I mean, so yeah, that was that was an intense fucking scene. That was insane.
He said, if you ever try
to good fight scene.
Basil, I will turn you inside out. He fucking turned his neck inside out twice.
So then that takes us to Mimi and the girls.
The girls are fighting.
So we've got Cricket has this bottle of this big bottle of booze, and Mimi or the one girl, the football player chick, she's like got Mimi and she's like holding on to Mimi, holding her real good. So then the Cricket's coming flying with this big ass bottle, about to crack Mimi in the head, and they're gonna take her out, and they're out. They're scot free. Well, fucking Mimi gets free right at the last second and ducks down. And when she does, Cricket fucking just takes fucking the football player out with that fucking bottle, just cracks her, fucking puts her on the ground, knocks her the fuck out. So
I can see Zach doing that to me sometime, just like fucking it up.
I was like, oh fuck, man, that was like so disappointing, but it happened.
Greg Ray won't go to sleep in the hotel. Fucking.
They were doing good though. They were fighting her off, and she was wild. And the thing is, like, you get like the Catwoman vibes because like she's all Catwoman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was dope. It was dope. And she like goes, she has the fucking disco ball in that motherfucker, and she was like, she starts off with the disco ball, and she's like, let's go, like.
Yeah, she drops her accent. I love where she drops her accent too.
Get 2 crazy bitches for the price of one.
But yeah, so we end on Cricket, and Cricket's basically down at Mimi's mercy. So she says, "Is there a scenario where it don't die?" And Mimi's like, "Nah, basically, nah."
She's
and
like,
she said, "Well, no more bloodshed, please." And she said, "I can respect that." And that's when the football player we come to the scene where the football player chick, she's coming to from being knocked out, and she sees the first thing she comes to and sees is the fish tank, and you see Cricket folded in the fish tank, which absolutely ended up being the death of her, just like she said in the beginning.
A little cliche, but
So that's when we end up with the fight scene between Mimi and football player chick.
Yeah,
which is fucking awesome. Personally, this next kill is probably my favorite kill in the whole movie. Is when they go had it so hard and it ends with Mimi dying.
and Mimi's standing on top of the bar and her fucking camel toes poking out.
Oh, dude.
Thank you,
I have a long labia.
Seriously, with that big ass camel toe, and she gets mad. She's
Big
like,
mad.
"It's a long labia."
You go to hell. You take the giant vagina with you.
So, anywho, she ends up Mimi goes after
fine.
football player chick. Football player chick breaks a bottle and sticks it right in the middle of her chest. And when she does, I mean, it punctures her whole chest. My favorite part of the whole movie, because when she goes down and that blood just starts pouring out, like, I love the fact that the blood poured out of the bottle. That was just so impressive to me. Probably my favorite
That
kill.
was a dope scene.
Favorite kill.
She's like, "Oh, is it bad?" It's like, "No, it'll buff out."
Yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Put a fucking Band-Aid on it.
And the bottle was the same bottle she took the shot out of when she was like, when the first guy died, and she was like, I need a shot. And then I think she takes another shot because she takes the shot after all girls in the fish tank.
Yeah, she finishes the bottle right there. Yeah.
Which we were going to talk about how the fish tank in the beginning, he's like, it's the death of me type deal. That was wild. It was dope.
Kind of tied it together for sure.
So Mimi comes charging after, and she fucking
stuck
her
ass.
And gets her right in the chest, and she's fucking done. So Anson comes from downstairs after killing the boxer and the fan. And he's like, nice. He's like, I fucking hated that bitch.
You just saved my brother a shit out of couples therapy.
You just saved my brother a shit ton of money with couple therapy. Yep.
She's a real wolf.
So he's still not hip to the fact that she's not with him. So they go into the kitchen together, and that's where he finds his brother. He's done snapped the fucking neck of the chef, and he's laying there. He's on his deathbed.
He's like,
he's gonna have fucking
his tongue swollen from the basil and shit.
Yeah,
he looked like dude that got splashed on RoboCop with that stuff.
Yeah,
it's bad.
That guy looks like Shank before.
But yeah, so
Shank's in the movie.
It's a sad scene, you know. Fake Charlie doesn't understand what's happening. He doesn't understand that Stefan is trying to say, hey, she did this. It's Basil. She did this.
He has to stick his tongue. He's like,
yeah. And he looks back at her and says, I don't understand what he's saying. Can you make out? And she said, I think he's trying to tell you that I'm the only reason the Basil got.
I was the only way Basil could have got into his shit.
And he was like, oh, so you did this. And it all starts clicking then. So she was like, yeah, I'm not fucking into you. You're a fucking cannibal with a little dick.
That's not true. I got a dick. You're a dickless cannibal.
Yeah, dickless cannibal.
I got a dick.
That's what she said.
She's cutting Hoagie down. She's like, "Fuck you, we're out of here." Fucking, she gets Hoagie down.
It's not even over yet.
Take off, and you're like, ants, and it's just it was a.
Yo, when he was running with that axe, he looked like a fucking psycho, bro.
Well, we have
he has to lay there with his brother
while his brother dies.
Well, in the part where him and his brother was in the cooler, and he was like, "You got to get rid of Mimi. I think she's going to kill me in my sleep." He said, "You won't do that. And if she did, I would kill her, and then I would cut your head off, and I would put it on a pike and carry you everywhere with me." Mm-hmm. But you got to remember that part at the end of the movie. So he has to lay there and die, watch his brother die, and he's like, he yells at the paramedic chick. He's like, "What do I do?" And she's like, "He needs an emergency tracheotomy. He needs to get his airway." And he's like, "You got to do that. You got to help your paramedic." She's like, "I'll start till Monday, bitch." Boom.
I'm on my break.
That was pretty fucked up. That was a hell of a twist. That was brutal. That was a brutal aspect of that movie. Like, obviously they're the bad guys, but it was still really fucking sad.
He just killed all my homies. Fuck you.
Yeah, they were really terrible bad guys. Like
100% totally fuck him. But I'm just saying, on that end of it, like, it was a sad scene.
Yeah.
For the bad guys.
Because he's got to sit there and
that was rough. That was fucked up.
He's then taught his brother the mandolin.
Yeah.
Some other things.
So, anyways, that's when you find out when he's dead because you hear him scream.
Oh, they're going up the stairs.
That's when they're like, "Oh God!"
She's got a knife, and Hoagie's like, "Why do you got a knife? What the fuck is that going to do?"
It's like a steak knife.
It's like my scooter's outside.
Yeah,
yeah.
His best thing. It's fucking. I didn't even think about that. That plays great.
It worked out. Yeah.
So I really did have a scooter. So she gets the fucking the crossbow from the beginning, and she starts loading it up. And Hoagie's like, "You don't know how to use that? That's gonna backfire.
It's gonna backfire, misfire. Everything's going bad." Here comes fucking Anson, like you said.
Like,
and yes, I loved that scene too, like where he was.
That's like the soundtrack that they're playing with. Is like does not make fucking
wild.
sense.
He genuinely looked like somebody coming at you.
It was so great. I just loved the whole vibe of him coming down that hallway. He looked insane. That was probably one of the greatest shots right there was him. And the way he was running with that axe, he just looked great. I loved it.
That was on par with like the American Psycho, like
it was great. Like, it was great. And I loved his little baby hat. I did like the little hat that his brother mentions in the beginning. He's like, the little hat. He's like, yeah, it was a last minute decision. It was so fun. I love the little baby hat on his wig.
His nose looked like a dick too.
It did.
Yeah,
I thought it was a dick at first.
I thought it was a dick when he had it in a girl's nose.
The first time I watched it,
when they had him.
He was sniffing her nose.
I thought Enigma was going to start playing in that scene, dude.
I was like, "God, that's the littlest dick ever."
It's not true. I got a dick. So fucking, he's coming down the hallway with a fucking axe. He's gonna smoke this bitch, man. She just killed his fucking one and only brother, and she fucking plugs him with the fucking spear gun with the crossbow.
Yep, right through the stomach.
He fucking
4 feet away too. Just like.
Yeah. She fucking. Oh yeah. What you did? So she fucking drops him. Her and Hoagie go up the stairs.
You're an oak.
She's throwing fucking chairs down the stairs, and Toby asked me, she's like, "Why is he doing?" I was like, "In case old boy gets up, it's gonna slow him down," which it would, whole fucking. You start coming up the stairway and it's all filled with chairs and shit, and it slowed him down because you heard him down there yelling. The fucking Anson comes back to life after they done kick the air conditioner out the window, and they know it's daylight.
Okay, no. First of all,
so Hoagie's like,
he's going out the window first.
I don't know what Hoagie.
Why he was going out face first is beyond me. But he starts like hallucinating and seeing the gal that turned him down for the marriage proposal, and she's in a wedding gown, Becky. And she's like, "Come here, yeah, Becky, come to me." So he flies out the window to her, and
he refused to sign over his royalties.
Yeah, he hits the ground, cracks his fucking skull open. He's dead. Smash on sight. He's dead. He's dead. So he didn't make it, and she realizes what the fall is. So she starts to panic, and she's like, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!"
I'm trying to land on him.
Anson is coming up the fucking steps.
Then you hear Anson, so she starts to panic
with the crossbow bolts through his fucking chest. He's coming.
Mm-hmm.
He's a trooper.
Yeah.
So she tries to go out the window.
Find out how much later on too.
Yeah, she tries to go out the window, and when she does, at this point he makes his way up there, and he grabs a hold of her leg and starts like takes a bite out of her leg.
Takes a hunk out of her. She fucking ended up
kicks him, turns it around, goes out feet first, lands on her ass or whatever. Thank God she went out that way. Duh. But then he tries to go out the window after her.
He can't go out the window,
and he gets hung up. Thank God.
She's down on the ground. She's like, "Fuck you." She tells dead Hoagie, "I'm taking your Vespa," and she fucking.
She's like, "I fucking won. I beat you. Fuck you."
He was like, "Oh, I was about to pay the last
I got
payment."
away. This bitch, I could see this almost coming too, but I didn't know.
I didn't expect it.
I didn't expect it, like the intensity. But she fucking cuts
Goes
out
out
on
in
that
that street
road.
and
As soon as she goes
boom.
around that truck, that fucking ambulance smokes her ass.
Smokes
And fucking Anson's like, "Ha ha! You reap what you sow, bitch." And she's on the ground. The paramedics who totally load her up the wrong fucking.
Oh my
way.
god! The way they put her on the stretcher, I about lost my shit. I was
Pretty
like,
sure
Yeah, dude, that was like they acted very not professional, like at all when it came to the paramedic stuff.
"Oh my god!"
Like,
And when he with the one
they trained
paramedic
together,
was stoned.
Yeah.
He was like, "Look at my eyes." Oh my god, he was so stoned. He didn't even want to call it in because he was high on the job. Oh my god!
And it was like, "Oh, it's you. We went to school together to become EMTs." Like he was one of the guys that did the whole fucking thing. And then what happens next? Fuck.
Well, that's when she notices that he's no longer hanging out the window anymore. She's like, "No, wait, he's still alive. He's still alive." Well, anyways, they get her on the stretcher. They get her in the back of the
Snatch her
ambulance.
by her arms and her feet and just toss her on the fucking gurney.
But then we fast forward 54 days, I think is what it was, to New Year's.
50 something Christmas.
No, it was New. Was it Christmas or New
Yeah,
Year's?
it's
I could have
Christmas.
swore it was New Year's. No, it was New
It was
Year's.
Christmas because she's a fucking reindeer.
I think there's Christmas music playing too.
It might have been Christmas. Either way, fucking. So we fast forward, and he is
to the convenience store at the very beginning of the movie
Yes.
where Anson goes in for his sword and meets Sarah Silverman's character.
yes.
Well, you see in there, you hear the music playing, and then a truck pulls up, and you see a person
You
start.
see two people in a car.
No, it was just him.
It was definitely two
You
people
see
in a
two
car.
people in a car, and he's sitting there talking to the person, and then you notice it's Anson driving. He's got a black eye still going, which you would after 50-some days if you got your shit fucked up that bad. His tooth was fucking missing. His
He's
arm
in a
was in a
sling.
sling.
Like me.
Which he had a compound fracture, which is believable, and that was good for the
Anyways,
movie.
so yeah,
And
he's
so-
sitting there having a conversation with his passenger, and then we actually pan in and see what's going on in the
And it's
driver's
his brother's
seat.
head on a pike.
He put
Like
his
his
brother's
brother
head
promised to do to him if somebody
Yep.
killed him.
on a
He
pipe.
put his brother's head on a fucking stick and was sitting there talking to him and driving around with him and put him in the back seat. And
Wish me luck.
Tell him, said, "Wish me luck."
And he went.
And he goes. He goes into the fucking convenience store from the beginning of the show. And luckily, Miss Goolsby is still working there from Haddonfield. And she's dressed up like a little deer this time. And he brings her a rose. Hands her
And-
the rose. And
and
he has
sorbet.
a thing of the sorbet. And he's like, am I going to have
Is it going to
Well,
be
he explains to her. He's like,
Seal starts playing.
He's like, but I can tell you that I shit in a colostomy bag now. I don't know if
Possibly
that's
forever?
Possibly forever.
I
don't
hope
know
that's
if
not a deal
breaker. And she's like, no.
She said,
I'll lick your port, boy.
Oh,
so he said, well, what's it going to be? 1 spoon or 2?
one spoon or two for the sorbet.
And she sits there for
And
a
she sits
second.
there and then that's the end of the movie. She pops up the two spoons.
Well, it's
and-
not the end.
Well,
Then
they're
we start
smiling, and
panning
that's the
out.
end of the-
Now we start panning out, and there's photos being taken as we're panning out. And we pan out so far, and then we see the football player chick, and she's taking photos of him inside the restaurant, cutting it up with Sarah Silverman. That is the end.
I didn't catch that part.
Yeah,
I
that's
missed
the
that.
very, very end.
That was dope. That was the probably like one. Yeah.
Let
That
in
Hills
the,
Have
like,
Eyes
the
ending.
possibility for a gravy too.
Yeah, we weren't sure if it was like a setup for a second one. It was definitely left open for a second one, but the storyline, I'm not real sure. Unless it was like Sarah and him going about doing the business, and the football player chick had like a vengeance.
Bosses them.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. It made me think that fucking the football player chick had some greater part of their trio, possibly even. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Like,
Yes.
think about it like that. Like, it was like
Paranoia.
what- no.
That sets up the possibility for a part 2.
Yeah.
Think about it though. Like, why was she taking pictures? Why didn't she get him? You know what I mean? It's
Right.
it leaves a lot of unanswered questions when you go back and they're like panned out to this fucking.
for sure.
They're just taking pictures of this dude.
Right.
So
It was,
like, did she really fall in love with him? Was you know what I mean? Like,
right.
does she want in on the action? Like, it doesn't make sense.
That would make good for a part 2. Her obsessed with him. torturing Sarah
Right.
Silverman or something.
If you're planning a vigilante revenge killing, you're not always going to be rational in every step. Maybe she's just doing recon.
Too.
Yeah, her face was
but she's like also smiling. She's like,
yeah, she had that John Ron, that fucking palsy smile. She's like,
yeah, that was creepy. That was like, what was going on there?
Yeah,
she have a bigger role into? Is she like the fucking like? I like to imagine the movie like all around where it's like, what if she fucking knew the whole time and made two of them? Like, it's wild.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was definitely an interesting ending. I could have done without the panning out and her taking photos. I could have done without that.
Just ended it. Let Anson and
Silver
be happy.
I could have ended it there. That's the only thing I was just like, okay, well, that is a little fucking weird. I am happy that there was a final chick. I didn't think there was gonna be. I really genuinely thought this was gonna be a movie where fucking no one survived besides Anson. I really thought he was gonna be the only survivor. So there's that.
So out of on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you guys give? I'm gonna give it a solid 8.5. I love it.
I'd definitely give it an 8.
Yeah,
it surprised me. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Like 7, 8, yeah. It was like, yeah.
We watched it twice and we weren't disappointed either time. So it's something we could probably even watch again.
Yeah, I could definitely watch that again for sure.
Did you notice like when they had Precious on the table, like? So Precious is they're having that whole conversation in the cooler. She's in the table. She's also got that fucking sorbet.
He said all the
there was like little shit like that laced up the whole fucking movie. It was like
that was pretty bad too. The scene, which we didn't discuss, but the scene where we see her all done up on the table because they get rid of her whole bottom half and it's just like guts and then the top half of her and. Boy, it was a pretty gory movie. I mean, it wasn't like in your face gore, but it was just like, oh, yeah, it was pretty good.
It wasn't The Thing, but it was definitely better than Ernest Scared Stupid. So like, real quick, real quick, when we were talking about Tom Wood, I had this awesome joke, but I got sidetracked. What I was gonna say, my state and 5 others have passed Tom Wood sanctuary laws to make us like, I don't know, it was funnier earlier, but Tom Wood's awesome. That's all.
He is pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're Tom Wood sanctuary states.
Well, that is our review with Wiked Wood on the movie Gravy. We're going to go ahead and pass the mic off if you will.
These guys, because I hear we've got some
Wiked Wood
announcements
and announcements is about to blow you guys the fuck away.
We're going to roast Hoagie's dog for 25 minutes. That's the announcement.
What?
wait, what? All right, guys, take it over, man.
First of all, Greg Bates saw a boat, right? You saw that boat, right?
I did see a boat. I saw a big boat.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right. The next thing is super cool. Like, I'm sure with everything with COVID and everything like that, everybody's ready to get back to fucking shows and Wiked Wood has not really been playing shows. We did two online quarantine performances and stuff like that, but we haven't played a show since Brooklyn, the Mayday show, in 2000 and what? I guess right before it hit, like that February, right before going into March 2020. Yeah. It was like
10 years ago.
That's what it feels
like. It feels like a long time, but
84 years.
But so we're gonna be performing at the Prom Night Massacre.
Say fucking what? What was that again? Say that again.
Say it louder for the boys in the back.
We will be performing with Insane Clown Posse at the Prom Night Massacre, motherfuckers.
Fucking hey!
Wiked Wood also at the Speedway
opening for Prom Night. What the fuck? That is amazing news.
Wiked Wood at the prom.
Congratulations,
I
you guys.
already planned on bringing Wiked Wood to the prom, but now they are going to actually be there.
The real Wiked Wood.
The real Wiked Wood, folks.
That's exciting.
We're super fucking blessed, man.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Psychopathic Records, for making it fucking happen.
Dude.
Motherfucking
we wanted to talk about it so much because we, really been hoping that it was going to happen,
right?
And we didn't know how to like really approach it because it's wild, dude. I'm super hyped. We're gonna be performing. I don't know how early on in the night we are gonna be, but we are gonna be opening the show. It's gonna be fucking dope. We're ready to rock, especially with all the fucking people that I know are fucking gonna be in attendance. That's fucking.
We're going.
Yeah, you guys are there.
Yeah, dude. Our set will be the perfect opportunity for everybody to get a smoke in real quick. You know.
Yeah, right before.
Stop it.
We're real juggalos. We smoke in the club. We give no fuck.
But yeah, like it's just super fucking cool. Like fucking CPN's gonna be there, Team MUJ, like everybody's gonna be fucking there. Like, dude, it's been like all these people just like been like, oh, we got our tickets, we got our tickets. So it's like,
I mean, we got this.
Bro, listen.
Chicago. If I don't get a gathering, this is like I'm gonna have to make this the gathering. You know what I mean?
Basically, yeah. I mean,
our last show was Halloween in 2018.
Yep.
Our last clown show.
Yep.
So we're fucking.
We're so excited.
Well overdue.
I mean, we didn't do the auction thing because up until this very last one that they did auctions on, they were all single ticket auctions. They didn't do any double ticket auctions until this last one. And my issue with doing the auctions is there's two of us. So our luck, we would have gotten one ticket, but not gotten the other ticket. And I couldn't take that risk. So this entire time we were just like, fuck it. We didn't go to shit. So this first opportunity for us, because like we're finally getting back on our feet and everything's getting financially stable again since the accident and stuff. So this opportunity came about, and I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, $100 a ticket fucking blows. But for one, I'm really excited, so I'm going. I'm not gonna fucking miss it. And for two, you guys got to think about the fact, like, I know everybody's upset about that and shit, but think about all the money that they really have lost out on. There has been a substantial amount of money lost. I mean, we haven't had a gathering and going on 2 fucking years now. Shows have been minuscule. They've barely made, I mean, they're basically making money off of fucking Patreon and merchandise. So
Luigi can't pay their light bill forever.
No shit. So like, I mean, it is what it is, guys. If you don't want to go, don't go. But I mean, if you want to go, fucking hop on, dude. We're going. We ain't fucked up about the price. It is what it is. You know, everybody's got to hustle right now, and I get it. It is what it is. I just, you know,
real juggalos, they're going to be able to say, 2021, I went to the Prom Night Massacre, and now we're going to be able to say we went to Prom Night Massacre and got to see the homies Wiked Wood open up for the legendary ICP.
That's super dope, guys.
It just keeps getting doper and doper.
It's such a fucking blessing though, like just to be on that fucking bill, because like it is the only show that they've actually sold fucking tickets for, besides the fucking auctions, and like it's just fucking wild. It's fucking wild.
Been over a year, bub.
For us to come back with that's fucking
impressive.
Yeah, we're ready. We're fucking ready.
Ain't no campfire acoustic set from Violent J's backyard.
I'm gonna wear my American flag Green Man suit and nothing else.
Hey, please, dude.
We're really excited.
Yes, Pierre's in Fort Wayne, April 30th. It's going to be a fucking dope.
And then for anybody who either A, isn't going to that show and wants a cool show to go to, or B, wants to go somewhere afterwards, there's a place called
Prom Party.
There's Carl's Tavern. It's in New Haven, Indiana. It's about 15 minutes from the venue, and Scum will be there that night performing a birthday party show for Davis and whatnot.
It's the number one Juggalo bar.
You guys would not be unhappy. Please come. That's where we're heading after the show, directly to Carl's Tavern. And we definitely encourage everybody to come with us. Come party with us. Hang out with us. Dude, it's like the funnest fucking bar you'll ever go to.
If you're just going to come to the show, the prom, to party in the parking lot, come party in the parking lot. And then go to
the bar with us. Seriously, you guys will not. I mean, we want to party with everybody. So we're just going to put it out there now. Anybody who wants to follow us to the bar afterwards, we're going to turn the fuck up for my homie's birthday. And legit, this bar is
for real. Like,
it's fun.
He blessed our record. I feel like he was a lot of the big, especially with Takeover, like us doing that song with Damian Quinn and Scum and Trey Pound. Like, I feel like that was one of the big things that broke us out. And shout out to him. I always give him props for saving DCG and fucking
Gorefather fucking is like, he gives back to the scene.
Absolutely.
Scum is
absolutely. He bleeds for this community.
For this. That was up all day, like for real.
According to the analytics, it was actually my sex tape that broke us out bad. I'm sorry.
I mean, but who's counting numbers? Yeah.
Hulk Hogan says, "Who's got me on a ride? Ride your Vespa, motherfucker.
Ride that steed of a dog."
I'm going to jump out of an air conditioning vent and onto Hulk Hogan, and then I'll be on my way to Fort Wayne. I'm going to be taking pictures in the back.
Put a hoagie in your backpack.
Oh, and I see Mr. E says, "Damn, is this an actual? This is an actual show." Yes, it is a real actual clown show. To my knowledge, okay, it says the first full-fledged clown show since COVID. I'm going to translate that to Fago.
It's like you get there and they're a hologram and they're like psych and then they just disappear.
Shut the fuck up. I'd be like, no, I'm done. I'm fucking done, bro. Like,
and that venue better have very good insurance.
He's gonna get tore the fuck up. Yeah. So
many people are traveling so far for it too.
I know.
That would be a mostly peaceful protest.
I think I seen somebody in the comments on the Insane Clown Posse page said that they were actually flying from the UK.
Damn.
That's pretty lit.
It's gonna be lit, guys. It's selling out.
Ultra Live Monster 5, motherfuckers. It's wild. It's fucking crazy.
That's impressive. And you guys are performing it.
Your coin for the monster is 5.
Legit.
I'm gonna have my coin and then I'm gonna be like, yo, by the way.
Oh, that's
I was
awesome.
a part of this.
That's so cool. That's
It's
so
a fucking blessing, man, for real.
Well, any other news besides the opening? Got new projects coming up, collabs?
Working on the new album. Animation video. I just looked at the storyboard yesterday night.
Cool.
And we're getting that all finished up at this point.
I'm doing like 4 solo albums and totally like sandbagging on his shit. Like
he's a
it's
fucking
awesome.
asshole.
Okay.
No, I was just playing. By the way, I'll have bootleg Wiked Wood shirts for $3 cheaper outside the show. Like,
Stop it.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a merch booth at this one. Just because of COVID and just because we don't know the situation completely. And we're traveling and it's just easier not to have to fucking bring it all. But if people want to hit us up and request things, we can try to bring them with us. You know what I mean? And we're just gonna have a fucking fun night with everybody.
Fuck you, FedEx. Fuck you, UPS. They deliver their own shit to their fans.
Yeah, we'll bring it fucking out there. If you need copies of Simulated Reality, we got that. Like, we'll bring some stuff, but we're not gonna do the full-fledged merch booth.
I feel it. I can
Portable
dig it.
glory hole.
We tried to bring merch out to DCG, and like we did good with merch sales and everything like that night. But it was like we had to carry that fucking merch everywhere.
I know.
That was terrible.
I know.
My lumbago.
No. We've done the merch game. He's helped load our merch up, like for BBTF. Oh my god, we've got a huge fucking merch booth half the time, and I mean we're talking totes on totes, tables, fucking racks. I mean we've got mannequins, we've got the whole fucking 9 yards. So I totally get the lugging of the merch. It's intense. It really
I just want to go home covered in Fago. I'm fucking tired. I'm like, oh my god.
These official Wiked Wood free weights.
It's like we got like the mannequins are on the outside of the fucking roof, like we've done it. Like where we brought a fucking mannequin to fucking DCG Con, we're running through the fucking club with the fucking mannequins and fucking huge ass suitcase full of fucking. It's wild.
Carrying boxes of Wiked Wood X-ray plates, like.
All I'm saying is we're gonna bring our set. We're gonna fucking rock it with everybody, and we're there to fucking enjoy a fucking clown show too.
Excited as fuck.
Happy and excited for you fellas.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Wiked Wood is in fact on the bill. They will be opening Juggalo Prom for us, guys.
We haven't rehearsed since 1999.
Wow, it's been 84 years,
dude. We got it. We got this shit.
You got it.
I was being smug and pragmatic.
It's gonna be lit. Right on, guys. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much that. If y'all ain't got nothing else to say, I mean,
wrap it up for the week.
Thank you guys again so much for having us, and shout out to everybody fucking watching and fucking. Everybody should go watch Gravy because it's fucking dope, and you can watch Gravy's 4 solo projects before we fucking. But yeah, we got new shit coming. We just dropped like a slew of new merch fucking designs and all that shit. So everybody go peep that shit.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I will have links. I'll have links for everybody tomorrow. So we'll be making a post for you guys tomorrow on Facebook. We'll get it all shared to social medias and whatnot. So anybody that sees that post, please share, help the underground, promote, do what you got to do.
Oh, and our Hoagie Roast board game home edition will be out in like 3 weeks. Like everybody can do it.
We're gonna bring Hoagie out on stage, and he's gonna just be roasted live for the Wiked Wood set.
Okay.
Can we just like fucking fire hot potatoes at him out of a fucking tennis ball machine?
No, you remember in Gravy the fucking slingshot, John? That's what we're gonna do. And we're
Ah,
orange.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's down. It wouldn't be the first thing he's had in his mouth coming out of his face.
Oh my
The water
god.
balloons with nitrogen and throw them at him.
Oh my god.
Hulk Hogan is the family. We love
Yeah,
him.
that's the homie there. He's
We
awesome.
love him.
Him and old Shake and Shank. That's our boys.
We've been having some fucking fun.
They're
It's wild.
Wow.
Hey, that's what we like to see through all this pandemic bullshit is our people out there still living it up, man.
For sure.
Still being safe, but still living it up at the same time. That's what it's all about. So
Yeah. And everybody fucking attending the event, make sure you're fucking being safe about that shit. Don't come with you fucking feeling sick and shit, you know?
Yeah.
yeah,
You keep that fucking plague to yourself.
keep
But
that sick
I'm gonna
shit.
have a big ass bottle of hand sanitizer if you need to hook up. I
Hey.
got you.
hey.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
again, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody who stuck it out with us, who watched it, who shared, who tunes in every week. We love y'all. We do this for you guys. So thank y'all for being here.
Don't forget Wicked Wood at the prom.
Yep. Prom
April
night.
30th, Fort
Whoop,
Wayne.
whoop.
Woo. Thank you for having us on, guys. You're awesome.
For sure. We'll see y'all
It was
then.
our honor. We'll get you back on. We're going to check out your movie that you suggested. So
Your shitty movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible, but you guys will love it a little bit. It's
Right on.
if anything, it was kind of fucking cool, a cool scenario. If
Right.
anything, you know what I mean?
If you haven't seen it, watch this movie called Circle. It was on Netflix. I don't know if it is, but it's not The Circle. It's just Circle.
Okay.
Boom, your head. Like,
Okay.
His recommendation is probably a lot better than mine. So.
Okay.
we
That's it.
recommend everybody get their prom ticket and come out and party with Wicked Wood and the Clown.
There's probably only like 85 left or something like that.
No,
That's
there's
what I
less than
thought.
that. There's like 60.
I think it's like 60.
There might be less than 60 even. There might be like in the 50s. I think it's in the 50s now.
Now that we're announced, everybody buy them. Everybody's gonna
Yeah,
return
buy it
them.
up, guys, because anybody who wants to see Wicked Wood, y'all got like 50 or less
Everybody
tickets.
pitch in $10 and bring a hoagie to the prom.
Yep.
That's the plan. There's a GoFundMe.
Bring a hoagie to the prom and Lade.
All right, y'all.
All right, everybody have a great night. We will see
Goodness
you
gracious.
next week.
all right.
Toby, thank you.
Love
Love y'all. It's awesome.
So, you know, we love you guys. Everybody have a good weekend. What's left of it.